And 25 million people that, look, many criminals, jails were opened from Venezuela, from many other countries, and they were let out of jail and poured into our country, our poor country, how it suffered with this stupid president that we had and the stupid people that surrounded him right around this desk, these liberal, crazy people that have destroyed, they could have destroyed. If we didn't win this election, our country would have been dead. Our country was dead. Think of it. And I've said this, man. The king of Saudi Arabia said, your country was dead 1 year. They thought it was dead. This country couldn't have survived another year of those people running it. And now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. Think of that. And this is going to help. And we're taking in hundreds of...
In a dramatic escalation of his long-standing immigration crackdown, President Donald Trump has signed a proclamation imposing a $100,000 annual fee on new H-1B visa applications. The move, announced in mid-September 2025, represents one of the most sweeping changes to the program that brings tens of thousands of high-skilled foreign workers, particularly in technology and engineering, into the United States each year. The White House framed the measure as a way to protect American jobs and reduce reliance on foreign labor. Officials argue that companies have exploited the H-1B program by hiring workers at lower wages, undercutting American professionals. We are prioritizing American workers first, a senior administration official stated, stressing that the new fee is meant to encourage companies to train domestic employees rather than rely on international recruitment. The rollout initially sparked confusion after Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick suggested that even renewals could be subject to the $100,000 charge. However, the White House quickly clarified that the fee will apply only to new applicants, not to current H-1B holders or renewals. This clarification has done little to calm the storm among multinational corporations and tech firms, many of which see the policy as a costly deterrent to hiring global talent. The financial burden of the policy is enormous. A $100,000 annual fee per worker could make hiring foreign professionals prohibitively expensive for small and mid-sized companies, and even large tech giants may scale back international hiring. Analysts warn that the change could drive skilled talent toward other global hubs like Canada, the UK, or Singapore, which are actively courting high-tech workers with more welcoming immigration systems.
Do it, and so do other countries. Most countries, they charge us. They were ripping. Look, the European Union, as you know, I get along very well with them, but they ripped us off so badly. Nobody's ever seen anything. Now, the European Union is paying us $950 billion, and they're paying us $750 billion to buy our energy, and they're okay with it. They signed the agreement. You know, it's not like anybody forced them to do it. They're okay with us. Tariffs are making...
Critics also question whether the executive branch has the legal authority to impose such a hefty fee without congressional approval. Immigration attorneys expect lawsuits to challenge the proclamation in federal court, setting up yet another legal battle over Trump's immigration agenda. For many immigrant workers and aspiring applicants abroad, the announcement has created anxiety and uncertainty. Companies that rely on global recruitment are rushing to advise employees about returning to the U.S. before the fee takes effect with the next visa lottery cycle. Meanwhile, opponents warn that the policy could ultimately damage the U.S. economy by discouraging innovation and reducing the country's ability to attract world-class talent. As the debate intensifies, the $100,000 H-1B fee has become a flashpoint in the broader struggle between Trump's America First vision and the realities of a globalized economy. Supporters see it as a bold stand for U.S. workers, while critics view it as a reckless policy that could undermine the nation's competitiveness in technology and beyond.
Going to hire an American, and that's the point of immigration. Hire Americans and make sure the people coming in are the top people. Stop the nonsense of letting people just come into this country on these visas that were given away for free. President is crystal clear. Valuable people only for America. Stop the nonsense.
And remember, the country...
Just a fee, right?
Yeah.
Fee to America.
The country would rather not have to pay $100,000. But And they'd rather, how do you do that? You hire Americans. So there's an incentive to hire American. But there may be instances where it's better off doing through expertise or whatever it may be. But they're both unbelievable, whether it's a gold card or anything else that we talked about today. And that includes talking about freedom of speech, because our country has been decimated by bad people, very bad people, people that love crime. They love crime. Explain it to me. They don't want to have our military go in and save lives. But when you go and ask the people, do you mind having the National Guard come in if it meant safety? They look at the questioner like, what's wrong? What kind of a stupid question is that? Of course they do. We're going to have a safe country again. We're not going to have people shot, 11 people shot. Think of it. In Chicago, over a period of 6 or 7 weeks, 55 people were murdered. And then you have a governor saying how wonderful it is. It's not wonderful. It's very unsafe. There's not a place in the world. You go outside, you go to Afghanistan, you go to different places all over the world that you hear about. It's 20% of what's happening in places like Chicago. And you think of them as unsafe. Mexico City, it's a tough place, dangerous place. The crime rate is lower. Think of it. What's happening to our country? We're not going to let it happen. And I think I got elected largely for that reason. So we're going to have a safe country again. We're going to have a great country again. We're doing unbelievably.